Good morning. I wasn't going to make this video today because I wanted to make the video of my garden for June 1st, and it's so windy out, but I just went out a little bit ago and I think the wind is stopped, I hope, enough. I'm going to walk through. But before I go out, I was busy starting a salad, but I also have my drink that I drink, my flower drink, and I wanted to tell you, I love the lavender in it. It's the lavender mint lemon balm, and I've got the sweetest little red rose. Before I go out, I'll try to show you. But we're on our way out, and my hair is blown in the wind, so I hope we don't get blown too much out there. So here we go, and I'm not going to take the camera stand. I'm just going to take the camera, I think. Okay, here is my little rose in there. It's such a sweet little rose, I think. But that makes such a nice flavor. Okay, here we go. And the wind has really, well, it knocked my hollyhock down. I'll show you. Not completely. I think my doggie is out. I hope she is. Wait just a minute. I'm not sure where she is. She might have come back because I was just out. Maggie, are you in? I think it's out. We'll say it's out. Nope. It's not out. Come on, honey. Okay, there she goes. Okay. So this is my June garden, and I did plant a zucchini in my lettuce bed, and it's not blooming, but some of the others are. And like I said the other day, my beans are definitely blooming. And so they're in here. And the carrots, if I can find one that will let me pull it. Wait just a minute. Let's see if this one will. Oh, I got two for the price of one. There they are, my sweet little carrots. I'm gonna leave them here in the shade until I'm done, and then hopefully I'll remember. Okay, and then I'll tell you about my pink geranium here. At one time this filled the whole thing, and it was actually sitting over in the patio. And when they took down the big tree, I don't know why, but they threw a bunch of limbs over on it. And it actually had another geranium in there too that just didn't make it when they got done. But it'll finally come back and fill the whole thing. Okay, and my peas are about done. My beets are all but history. There's a few Swiss chard that came here, and I still have plans for this bed. I see one more pea pot. But it's been cool the last 2 days. We had 2 hot days, 2 cool days. It's supposed to get, I think, 98 before the weekend. Oh, well, if this is Friday, maybe on Sunday or Monday, I'm not sure. Okay. Last time I talked about my mistakes. Well, I was listening to Jim and Renda, and evidently another mistake, because I didn't prune them right. I didn't prune them. That's what was wrong about the whole thing. I just planted them. And in the past, I've gone out of my way to get determinate tomatoes so I could make my tomato sauce pretty much at the same time. But these aren't. And I've read they could get 9 feet tall. They don't usually, but they could. And they are definitely setting tomatoes. I can see one right in there. But if you look, there are quite a few of them. And down in here is covered with tomatoes. So they're going to have tomatoes. And for some reason, they like, this goes south. This is our south yard we're in. And no, they grow north. We're in the south yard. They grow toward the north. I don't know why. It's because I think in the afternoon the sun is on them on this side. So I think that's the why of it. So they want to grow over into this aisle. Okay, on my hollyhock, the other day the wind was blowing not like it is right now. It was blowing in a different direction, and it blew over and across here. It blew down a third of it, so a third of it's gone. Now it's blowing the other way, and you can see we tried to tie it up when it was blowing, when the wind was blowing this way. Now the wind is going this way, so that's how that is. And the bees are just loving my lavender, and that was what's in my drink. And I don't know if you can pick up the bee right in there right now. So anyway, I'll show you the back side to the tomatoes. More tomatoes. Ooh, did it break off? No, I don't think so. I'm not sure. The wind has been really hard. I hope it didn't. Anyway, Tom's had to stake them down because the two of these were on their way clear over. This one was, and that one. And then he's just staked them all to make sure. They really have stakes down at the bottom, but it pulled it up out of the ground. So that's my tomatoes. I hope this is not coming in too loud. Okay, in the feverfew bed, and remember that's just one plant. Down in here, and when the third of the hollyhock came out, I really think, believe it or not, I think this might be my bee balm, but I can't tell for sure. And if it is, that's quite a miracle that it lived through there. That's oregano, and that I think is bee balm. This fall, really, the oregano, the feverfew will come out. Okay, and I have a lavender in here. It's a different variety than this one. Okay, then I don't know. I think I showed you my eggplant, and I'll try to show you. I've pulled up 2 garlics so far, but they're all gonna go out of here in just a few days. Okay, and these. And then in this bed, this squash is blooming. I think it's a zucchini. I think these both are, and they're both blooming. And remember, there's female and male blossoms. If it's a male blossom, and there's a bee on it, it won't produce the zucchini. Only the female blossoms have the zucchini. Okay, and I've got a basil that's doing good here. And that's basically my strawberries. I've got a cucumber down in there. What's going on, chickies? And a cucumber over here. We're going to have to really watch it because they have a tendency to grow this way, but I want it to grow on this trellis this year. And this garlic will come out. This looks again sort of like the zucchini. Someplace I know I planted winter and spaghetti squash, but the rat or whoever, because they've eaten 2 of them now, might have got those other ones. So I'm not sure what I have. It'll be sort of fun to find out. Okay, I think that's it for my garden tour. I'll show you my comfrey. And I need to be picking for the chickens. Oh, and this is, I'm going through the myrtle bush here, and it'll be blooming pretty soon, and it smells really good. The chickens love to eat the berries off of it. And this is my comfrey that I planted last year, and we had to move it. And evidently when we moved it, we got left a little root down in there, and there's another plant coming up. And once you get comfrey, they're hard to move because their roots, anytime if you don't get all the roots out, you don't have all the plant out. And so that is my June garden. Not much going on. It's sort of waiting. So about the only thing I'm eating out of it right now is the lettuce, a few of the peas, and believe it or not, I'm still getting some greens, and the garlic is starting. Not many greens, but if I gather up enough, I can make it into a stir fry and still have greens. And this, hopefully, before you see it in July, it will be out of the path. That's the lemon balm. And it started in this bed, and I can see some starting back in this bed. Okay. So my beginning of June garden, and then the nice red pretty hollyhock, it's blooming. Now I didn't plant the rest. When we got here, there was a white hollyhock way back by the fence where that rose is blooming now. And then I wanted more. I went to the nursery. I should have bought seeds, but somehow I just bought a plant. I think I bought 3 plants, and they only had double, which I really like the single, the old-fashioned, better. But I love the color of that one, so it's okay. And I didn't plant it. I planted it between us and our son, and at that time there was a fence between us, like the rest of the fence around our property. And we took that down, and then I planted the hollyhocks between us. And it was really pretty that summer, and then they just began to spread. And actually there's none over there anymore. And because they were pink, they are red, they begin to change the colors to the others. So I have that pink one there, and there's a white one over there that hasn't changed colors yet, but I bet one of these days it'll be a different color. Or, well, no, I guess that one won't, but it'll mix. It somehow will be pollinated, and whatever comes up from it will be different. And then the bougainvillea, which I thought I lost in all the freeze in February and early March, I didn't lose all of it, and it's blooming really pretty. So that is my June garden, and I plan to mow my pasture back here sometime in June. And it's the clover, it's mini clover, and I don't really want to mow it that much, but I think maybe if I mow it 2 or 3 times a year, that's what I'll do. So this is it for the garden, and I'll show you my garlic before I say goodbye. Okay, wait just a minute. I'll bring it down here by my carrots, and I'll take them in together. Okay, I picked this yesterday, the garlic, and it's been sitting out here in the sun, and I'll clean it up. I think I'll wait one more day before I take off the root, and I'll take off some of the neck and then it'll store it, but I'll be using it so quickly that I don't imagine this garlic will last long. And it just has the cloves around the neck. The soft neck one will have maybe 2 or 3 layers around the neck. Well, this has just one single layer around the hard neck. So that's it on my garden, and there it is for June. So have a good June. Enjoy your garden and your yard, and I'll see you tomorrow maybe.